Thank you for tuning in to the best parenting show on the internet, Post Daily Dose.
It's the Post. It's the Post. It's the Post. The Post Daily Dose. It's the Post. It's the Post. It's the Post. The Post Daily Dose. It's the Post. It's the Post.
Hey, good morning, Facebook family, and welcome to another episode of Morning Motivation with Big Papa. Welcome to Whack-A-Mole Wednesday, baby. Whack-A-Mole Wednesday. Whack, whack, whack. You're going to whack all the crap in your life. And when you whack it, bam, you knock all the crap off, you turn it into diamonds. What do you think of that? That sounds great, right? All the crap in your life, you just whack it, because this is Whack-A-Mole Wednesday. Whack, whack, whack. And then when you whack it, nothing but diamonds are left over. How's everyone doing? I hope you're doing fantastic today. We're going to talk about rest. We're going to talk about restore. And we are going to talk about resume, even quieter. Good morning, Ann. Yes, it's always good to be missed, baby. It's always good to be missed. So, I'm going along, grinding, and then I'm just like, I think I'm going to take a break. And so I did. I took a break. But I didn't really. I kind of sort of did, but I didn't really. Hey there, Heidi. I was actually kind of went underground, been working on this one of my books that I'm writing this year, Trauma-Informed Handbook, with my co-author, Trisha Bridgewater. So I went to Missouri and spent some time with her, and we just kind of did a deep dive, and that's just kind of had so much of my focus. And then I did a surprise visit. One of my dear friends, Carrie Josie, on the other side of Missouri, at one of her parenting groups. And so it was just kind of in my zone, doing my thing. Need to take a little break and rest up a little bit. And so now I'm back, and that's brings us to the topic of today. It says rest, restore, and resume even quieter. See, I think a lot of times we think that once we rest, we're supposed to just come back like on fire, and I think the challenge with that. So one of my things I think about when I write my goals in the morning, and actually I started doing this, is that there's a big it's kind of a common thing, especially when you're in self-development, when you're into motivation and inspiration and all that kind of stuff I study and kind of consume. People are always talking about being in beast mode, baby, being in beast mode, being hungry, waking up and going and go eat, it's time to go eat, blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, there's something real frenzied about that. There's something about that to me is maybe missing the mark. I can understand that aggressive kind of beast mode energy at some stages in your life, but I feel like at other stages in your life, you've got to be willing to step into the flow of who you are and what your potential is. And hey, Ann, we're in Missouri. I was in Nevada, Missouri, Cotty College. This is where Dr. Bridgewater lives. And then I was in Olathe. Is that Olathe? Maybe that's Olathe, Kansas. Oh, that's Olathe, Kansas. So I was on the other side. So Missouri, then Kansas. That's where I was at. You have to be able to slow down. And I've said this before. Slowing down doesn't mean getting less done. It means being more effective in what you're doing. Because what you're actually slowing down is your thinking. You're slowing down your focus. It's like having this wide view, and slowing down is narrowing in, bringing it in. And I think as parents, our children give us opportunities for that a lot of times, just, in their little moments of chaos. They're in this little moment of chaos, and we're kind of in this wide perspective. And then what they're really asking us to do is to get real narrowed in, real dialed in. I like that word, dialed in. And I feel like, the beast mode analogy might work sometimes, but I think ultimately we have to step into the fact that we are creators. And creators don't run around being hungry. Creators, that's weird. That doesn't hardly ever happen on this drive. You're always creating, whether positive or negative. And I think that's important to remember. It's like when I take a a little sabbatical and I'm not showing up talking to you guys, I don't feel guilty about it. I mean, I feel positive. I feel like I'm doing something. I feel like ultimately what I'm doing is being an example for what it is that I teach. And it's important. It's important to slow down. It's important to me to slow down. And my body actually feels good because I didn't even work out. So I didn't work out Monday and Tuesday. So I had Saturday, Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday off. And my body feels really good. It feels like it's recovered. Like maybe I was working it too hard. I don't know. I don't think so, but I was feeling really sore and really stiff. And so we are always creating, whether positive or negative, we're always creating. And I've said to you guys before also, a quote of mine, a quote of Deepak Chopra's that I like to quote is that you cannot prevent the future from happening. You cannot prevent the future from happening, but you can create the future from the present. You can create the future from the present, and what that means is that every thought we have in the present is what goes into making the future. And everything that shows up in the future is a reflection of what we've thought in the present and what we've thought in the past. And so keep that in mind. So positive or negative, you always have the choice of where you want to place your thoughts and who you want to give your power to. You know, a lot of times I feel like that we as adults, we wake up and there's some level of helplessness just with our lives. Maybe because we're working jobs we don't necessarily want to work, or our circumstances aren't the way we want them to be. And so we just kind of take on this learned helplessness. And I talked about that last night on Post Daily Dose because I feel like that shows up a lot these days with bullying. It's like there's something in the dynamic of bullying socially that we don't take it seriously. And there's in the last year alone, 26 kids in the city of Houston have committed suicide because of bullying. If that is not, I mean, that's like an epidemic. If that's not a call to arms, anytime a child, says they're being bullied, I mean, that should just feel like a child saying they're feeling suicidal and they have a plan. But I think that there's this level of learned helplessness we move into as adults. And it's unfortunate because that ends up being the reality that we create. Now, this guy's out here panhandling with a guitar and neon lights. That's pretty freaking cool. You see that? You guys see that? This is at 5:30 in the morning. Wow. I'm afraid, however, that it is dark and he looks a little strange. So I'm not sure how many people will actually give him money this early in the morning. Well, I'd give him a few bucks if I didn't have my hands full. Maybe on the way back. So we don't feel helpless. You don't have to feel helpless. If you do feel helpless, go into that and ask yourself, where does that come from? Where does that learned helplessness come from? And realize that there is something you can do about it. You can make a choice. And that choice, when I say make a choice, that may not mean that today your life just magically changes. But when you start making a choice to choose positive over negative, to choose love over fear, then what you're doing is you're planting seeds. And those seeds will eventually take root, and then they will eventually blossom. And that's what will become your present, because that's what you put into your past, which has an influence on your future. And then you just keep doing that. You just keep doing that over and over and over again. So, hope that speaks to you this morning. I'm going to go ahead and sign off before the Wi-Fi tells me I got to sign off. Big Papa loves you. Thank you for joining me for Whack-A-Mole Wednesday. Go whack some moles, baby. Whack, 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 whack. I'll see you in the morning. God bless everyone if I don't see you for Post Daily Dose.